Thank you for having this tonight. I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm just a parent. I've followed this Common Core for about 3 years. When a request for my son's Social Security number came home with a PSAT test that he was taking, and that's when the whole thing started, and you went to the Department of Education website, and anyway, so that's how long I've been following it. All of my concerns have been so well addressed this evening, I won't take up a lot of your time. But I would ask you to, some of the best anti-Common Core information out there is on Pearson's website. There's one especially, Victoria's story, check that one out. But also, New York, engageny.org, which is the resource. I would encourage any parents to go in, they do it in every, like, you know, 3rd and 4th grade, 5th and 6th grade, pull off some of the assignments and watch how it is scripted. The teachers are scripted as to how to present the information, what to say, when to do what. One in particular that I looked at because my sons were older. I have one junior and one just graduated last year, but the 11th and 12th grade. Living like weasels. I just take a look at it. And at the end, the instructions, it even indicates, you know, a strong essay will indicate this. Students may also, the direction of the outcome of what they're even talking about is there for them. You talk to the teachers at school. I go in and every year I go in and talk to them. They don't know. They're in a box. So if we're going to do something about Common Core, it has to come from the legislature. We're going to lose some great teachers. Yes, we have lost great teachers, but that's going to continue. You talk to them in school, you know, if you had it to do over, knowing what you would be faced with as far as teaching, they shake their heads. I'm a small business person. The joke is, what year plan are you on? It's when my youngest is graduating. I mean, everybody is frustrated. And with all different aspects of it, the privacy aspect, the curriculum aspect, the testing. I mean, from anybody else, especially with our students with disabilities, that is abuse. And you walk into any middle school, especially high schools also, they're talking about eye care, they talk about respect, anti-bullying. This is bureaucratic bullying at its best. And how do you expect, on a state level, to get across that you're not supposed to bully when you're the one that's starting it from the top down? My son in 11th grade this year had a pre-test for English. And the essay was called The Fallacy of Success, which kind of piqued my interest because that's not really where my focus is. But he was frustrated. He said, I don't even know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to analyze the author's definition of something, but the essay is all over the place. So naturally, I go in and I pull that off the internet. I knew exactly what he was saying. There isn't. We have great English teachers in our district, and there isn't one of them that would have submitted a piece of paper for publication. But the other part is that you can discuss any subject in class, but when you introduce testing like that, there's no discussion. What did you think of it? It wasn't a critical analysis. It was, how did the author do this? But the student is left with the fallacy of success. that's not why my son is there. And when you talk to the teachers, they're I had Common Core written all over it. So I asked them, and they said, sure enough, it was. And they're in a box. They are having to teach the students how to take the test at the end of the year. And the earlier discussions about opting out and not being able to opt out, school districts give you different responses. I want an opt-in, and I don't understand why, as a parent, with rights as a parent, why we can't get that, and why is that so difficult? Legislatively, why can't we get an opt-in? I don't know, I guess that's it. I'm frustrated like everybody else out here. I mean, I'm no different that way, but we don't know what to do because we understand that you're concerned about it, that you're focused about getting it repealed, but who else in those state legislatures? I mean, I don't know, when you talk about the state ed department or the governor, what kind of chance we have?
What I can say to you is when you started this and said that I'm just a parent, okay? The parents have been, I put the bill in to get a conversation going, to give something to rally behind, right? To withdraw from Common Core and raise to the top. And this has been a parent and an educator movement. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people that just wanted to ignore this whole topic. They wanted it to go away, right? But the people in this room and people like you who have stood up and lent your voice and said, no, we're not going away. This is abusive to our children. This is state-sponsored child abuse. We're not going to let you continue this. You have parents out there that have put their own money up, that have paid for forms. You have websites all over the place. The parents are the people, and the teachers and everyone else are the people that are going out and educating everyone else out there. By participating in a forum here tonight, you're educating us. You're telling us what you feel. All of this is getting put together, by the way, and we're going to be putting out our own report, right, and our own recommendations. And we're also going to be putting out our own agenda at the end here. So your participation here tonight, you came out tonight to speak to us and let us know what you were saying. So what I can say to you is, we as legislators, we're going to carry your voice up there. We're going to be loud. And like Steve said, and other people have said, the one thing we're not is shy, and the one thing we're not is quiet, okay? Especially Steve and I, but let me assure you that you coming here tonight and just speaking from your heart, the best testimony that we've gotten are from parents and from teachers. And we're going to be putting that all together. And we're going to be talking to our colleagues. We've talked to our colleagues. We've gone all over the state. And your participation is important here. But remember, look, we would have gotten nowhere if it wasn't for everybody out there that has stood up and said no more, all right? But what we need you to do is keep standing up, educating other people, and bringing more people into the fold. And I mean, all I can tell you is the other day there was a big thing on YouTube, on Facebook, that the governor's office were telling people that they haven't heard any complaints about Common Core. Nobody's called him. Nobody's given an opinion. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I had over 21,000 people email you. So what I suggest again is, I'm going to go to this and give it to your friends, your neighbors. Where's Cuomo? And reach out and call the governor, because he says nobody's calling him. All right, well, good. But what I'll tell you is, you're the ones that are moving this. You're the ones that are moving this ball. You're the ones that have, look, you think the Senate wanted to? The Senate wanted to bring up this topic? Have you seen the recommendations from the Senate? It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. It's not going to hack it. So, you know, call your senators and say, knock it off. We want out of this. All right, so I hope that answered your question.
It does, and I thank you all very much.
Yeah. Nadine, yes, I thank you. I caught part of it, was conferring with my colleagues, and I can tell you, my region, 7 counties, and some of my colleagues have, Chris has 11, the congressman. We're hearing the same thing, regardless of whether it's in the southern tier or the northern Catskills or the Capital District or Mid-Hudson. And what I find unique about this issue is, as all of us realize, our society's been more polarized. So we find ourselves divided into camps. But on this issue, regardless of philosophy, regardless of education, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of wealth, people are united on this issue. And I can tell you, when I bring young people to the Capitol, and we marvel at how, and the state Capitol is a beautiful building, and the aura of it. And I'll say to these young people, I said, this is a magnificent building, isn't it? I said, it seems a great place. But I'll say, do you know where the power really is? And I'll look at them, they'll start to smile at me. And they'll nod their heads, and they'll point to themselves. So that's really what this issue is about. This is empowerment. This is grassroots. This is having the people who care and are passionate engage. So don't discount your efforts. And Al is absolutely right. And as our colleague said, we're all here united, regardless of party, regardless of where we come from, because we feel there's a serious problem here and it's threatening our future generations. So don't give up.
Okay.
Don't give up.
That is the one thing. I mean, it's across party lines, and on a deep level, critical thinking skills are really what's at stake. And regardless of what end of the political spectrum you are at, everybody wants that. Everybody needs that, and it's destroying it. So thank you very much.
Nadine, thank you.